Hi, I'm Zach Mongo-Calvis and welcome to another episode of Mad About the Ducks. And today I'm here with Superintendent Twomey. Mr. Twomey, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing just fine, Zach. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. Now,
Good.
I understand you got a doctorate's degree. Now, do you want us to call you Mr. or Dr. Twomey?
Everybody feels comfortable using that term in different ways. And I'm really not one that, I don't have a requirement that people call me doctor. Some people professionally feel more comfortable calling me Dr. Twomey. Others call me Mr. Twomey. Others who know me well call me Mark Twomey. So
All right, yeah,
anything's fine with me.
All right. Yeah, I understand that because some people will just call me Mongo and they don't even know my real name. Like, who's Zach Calvis? Oh, that's Mongo. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
It's about the same thing.
Yeah. Now, I don't really understand what a superintendent does, so could you explain that to me, what a superintendent does for the school?
Well, I think a good superintendent gets themselves out here, gets themselves in the halls and the stairways and the classrooms, and more than anything, they listen. They listen to what kids have to say, they listen to what teachers have to say, they listen to what the community has to say, because although I'm the superintendent and ultimately I'm responsible for everything that goes on in the school district, ultimately it's your school district and it's the community school district. And so it's my responsibility to make it the very best district I can make it for the community.
Oh yeah, you said you're always in the hallways and stuff, and I always see it too. So.
That's good.
Yeah. Now, how long have you been a superintendent for?
Well, I'm in the middle of my third year, and all 3 of those years have been right here at Havana.
Oh, cool. My freshman year, you probably weren't here then, right?
Are you a senior now?
Yeah.
I was not here your freshman
Okay,
year.
I was thinking, because I think that's when we still had Mrs. Gerard or something.
Yes.
I don't remember her too much. I don't remember much from my freshman year, but, so yeah. Now, do you like Havana High School?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
I love Havana. And I love Havana. When I came here, both the student body, the teaching body, and the community as a whole, both my wife and I felt like they went out of their way to extend a hand to us to make us feel welcome here in Havana, and we felt that welcoming here from the very first day. So I really enjoy being here in Havana.
Yeah, Havana is kind of like a big family, but that's usually because everybody is a little bit related to each other somehow. So, yeah.
Typical small town. I was born and raised in a small town. So
where did you raise that?
Well, I was born and raised in a small town called Roseville, Illinois, and Havana. I think population here is over 3,000. It was only 12. It was only 1,200 in my hometown. So
wow.
I'm very familiar with small towns and how they work.
Nice. Now, do you have any goals while you're here at Havana? Like, do you want to achieve something really excellent? Or?
Yes, I want to. Prepare every kid who's leaving Havana schools to step into the current 21st century, whether that is being prepared to go on to college or whether that's to immediately enter the workforce. But the world is different today than it was when I went to school, and so it requires a whole different set of skills that were necessary when I went to school. And I want to create a school system here that I can look at every kid and every parent in the eye and say that we did what was necessary to prepare your child to step out into that 21st century world.
Now, is it because of that goal? Is that why you want to be a superintendent, or was there some other reason why you grew up thinking, I want to be a superintendent when I get older?
Well, I never grew up thinking I wanted to
okay.
I never grew up thinking I wanted to be a superintendent. In fact, I didn't grow up thinking I would be in education at all. Education is a second career for me. I spent the majority of my adult life in the plastics business. Oh. And I had an opportunity when my youngest son was in 5th grade. He went to a parochial school, and they needed a basketball coach. And no dad would step forward to coach the basketball team, and so they were going to have to cancel it. And so a group of parents came to me and said, would you consider coaching? I did, and it changed my entire life, because after the end of that experience, I said to my wife, I need to do something different with my life. I have this great job, I make a decent income, but nothing I've ever done gave me as much satisfaction as the time I spent with those young kids. And so I made a career choice. I left my professional career. I went to college, became a teacher, and I've never looked back. I continued going to school for 15 years straight, and wow. I went from getting my teaching degree to getting my principal certification, to getting my superintendent certification, to getting my doctorate, which I just received this last May at Western Illinois University.
Wow. Congratulations.
So it's been quite a long trip for me.
Yeah,
so once I got started, I just didn't want to quit, I guess.
Yeah. Now, over these few years, you've met a lot of kids. Has there been like one that stuck out your mind? You don't have to mention names in case somebody gets jealous or something.
You know what? No, there hasn't been one that sticks out in my mind, because I have, over the years, I think my strongest attribute in education is creating relationships with kids. Mm-hmm. And over those years, I've created many positive relationships with kids that I will remember my entire life, and I think some of them will remember that relationship as well.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I'll remember doing this for the rest of my life, because this is kind of like helped me get out in front of the camera and not stutter so much.
There you go.
Yeah. Now, we also always see you at sports games, and I was wondering, what do you think about school spirit? Do you think it's important to kids to go out to games and support their team?
You know what? I think it's important that whether it's sporting events, whether it's the art club, whether it's the Spanish club, it is incredibly important that students connect themselves to the school environment. Mm. And if that means coming to an athletic event and cheering on your team, that's wonderful. If that means coming to a Scholastic Bowl and cheering on your fellow students as they engage in the intellectual games of with our school district, or if that means just attending a art festival where your fellow students created things to show to the community, all of that support is important. And if there's one thing I do to encourage kids, it is every single student needs to find a way to connect to the school in one form or another.
Yeah, otherwise kids probably will never too excited to go to school, and those kids that don't do anything, I hear them complaining all the time, like when I hear them in either study hall or something, that's usually because they're not doing anything.
Yeah, and they just need encouragement. I mean, some kids, they've not experienced that in their life yet, and so it would be helpful if people in the student body would help those students who are not connected, help them find a way to connect to school.
Yeah. Now, before we head out, you got one last thing you want to say? Just a message you want to show to everybody, share with everybody?
Well, I think if I have a message for the Havana community as a whole, it's that number one, I'm thrilled to be the superintendent of the school district, and I see in this district and in this community a willingness to take the school system we have and make it the very best it can be. And that type of commitment, we will all stand together and we'll be proud of the system we have.
All right. Now, actually, I lied about the one last thing. There's one more question I have to ask you.
I knew you would do this, Mongo.
Yeah.
Okay, what is it?
Well, I think it was last year or the year before, but I wasn't here when it happened, but a kid in the hallway challenged you to a foot race down the hall.
Yes.
And you said no at first, but then you kind of cheated and went ahead and beat him. Is that what I understand?
No, wait a minute. What do you mean I cheated? First of all,
you said no,
cheat.
and you kind of just walked off, and then you ran all the way down the hall.
No.
That's the way I heard it. What's your point?
First of all, I didn't cheat. I told the kid I was kind of tired that day, and I had street shoes on, I had my suit on, and so I finally said, okay, we'll race. And he approached the line, and when he approached the line, I said go, and off we went. Now, it's true that maybe he wasn't quite as prepared for me to say go as I was prepared to say go, but nonetheless, I'm an old man compared to this kid, and I won the race, fair and square.
All right, well, I don't know. I was thinking about asking you to race, but if you're gonna be that way, though. I don't know. I mean,
You wouldn't want that on camera, Mongo.
I don't know. Probably people don't want to see me running either on camera, but all right. Well, it was nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you too.
All right. I'm Zach Mongo Colvis. This is Mr. Twomey. Remember, when it comes to sports and school spirit, we'll get you.